Hey guys, what's going on? Jordan Connect here for another episode of Embrace the Chase. And I'm pumped up because today is episode 32. This is crazy. It's just flying by. And I'm excited because we have the Michael Way on today. For those of you that don't know him, he is actually the founder of Michael Way Fitness and Revenue Magnet Marketing and a lot more. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to hear his story live today. But as always, we are interviewing 100 entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers over the next year to learn from their stories, take what we can apply from that to our lives, and help make this world a better place. Michael, good sir, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
What is up, man? I really do want to thank you for having me on the show. Sorry, do I have feedback going on?
Turn it down right now. It's my bad.
All right, sorry. Anyways, I want to thank you for bringing me on the show. I really appreciate you, man. I've been watching what you're doing. I've been following you, brother, and I think you're making a movement out here. I think it's such a cool thing that you're doing. And I actually just had Jordan live yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? And we had some pretty good discussions. And honestly, I feel like I just found this whole new side of you. And it's just, I have so much more respect for you now that I know all these moves that you're making and all your big plans that you got going on. So really, I feel grateful to you for bringing me on the show and bringing me on your platform.
Of course, brother. I appreciate it. I mean, man, you're making moves yourself. That's why you're on the show. So super excited to have you on. But for my viewers and for even myself, man, can you just do us a huge favor? Tell us your story. How did you go from who you used to be and kind of talk about that to where you are today?
All right, cool. So all my life I've been an entrepreneur, and it's as simple as that. Like, I've always had that mindset. My parents and myself, I came from Mexico. I was born in Mexico, and I came to the United States when I was 3 years old. And my parents came, and we started literally from nothing. My parents had nothing when we got here. And because of that, they kind of had to really fight and struggle ever since they first got here to the United States. And with time, they were able to build something out of nothing. You know, now they have their home, they have their children, they have, you know, friends and family and everything here. And it was such an inspiration to me seeing how they did that on their own, right? My mom right now, she has her own cleaning company, it's like housekeeping company, and my dad has his own landscaping company. So they're both entrepreneurs, and that's something that I never really understood as a kid, right? I never really understood the whole entrepreneurship as an actual thing, you know? And it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I realized that I'm an entrepreneur, right? That's what's natural to me. Since I was a kid, specifically, I remember in fourth grade, I remember we had these things called class bucks, right? And the teacher had like these snacks on the wall and like pencils and notebooks and stuff like that you can buy with those class bucks. And it's something that I like to think back on because it shows my entrepreneurship side since a little kid, even though at the moment I didn't realize it, right? And I remember there was one day the teacher told us the next day we were going to have a movie night, right? We're going to watch, it was a Christmas movie. I don't remember the name of it, but it was the one with the train. And what I did, I brought my leftover Halloween candy to school. And I actually sold all my candy right before the movie started because I knew all the kids would be hungry and I knew they would all want snacks. So I brought my Halloween candy and I sold it to all the kids for class bucks. Then I went to the wall and I bought myself a big bag of chips with all those class bucks that I had made. And I sat there the entire movie eating my chips, you know, instead of those leftover Halloween candies that I didn't want. And throughout high school, I was always buying Snickers bars for 50 cents and like all these different candies or like the Costco packages, and I would sell them for $1 and I would make money that way, right? That's how I got through high school, really. And you know, so it's things like that I've always had in me, that I've always done, and I never really realized what it was, and it was entrepreneurship, and it's always been natural to me. Right out of high school, I started working in construction, which was the worst. It was the worst, most difficult thing in my life, you know? And I worked 3 months here in Las Vegas, Nevada in blistering heat, 110, 115 degrees, working outside, carrying heavy material. That's really what my job was. I was carrying things around, building scaffold. And it's a very, very difficult, very tough job. So that kind of taught me some discipline and showed me that this is not what I want to do. You know, this is what my dad did most of his life. And I realized, like, this is not for me. This is not what I want to do. Because of that, I started washing cars. I started my own auto detailing company. I went around Vegas washing cars, detailing cars inside and out. It was a very difficult job, very, very hot. And it was very like on and off. I'd have some really good days, some really bad days. Luckily, I was still living with my parents, so it was kind of like I didn't really have a huge responsibility on me. And soon after that is when I got into fitness. I had already been into fitness for a couple years by then, and I had completely transformed my body. When I started getting into fitness, I weighed 135 pounds and I was 6'1". I was extremely underweight, and so I got into my whole fitness journey. And in 2 years, I was able to put on 65 pounds. And for me, that's one of my biggest accomplishments, and I'm so proud of that. I was able to go from 135 pounds to 200 pounds in 2 years. And because of that, because of the progress I saw I made, because I saw how it changed my life and my mind, I really wanted to kind of do that for other people. I wanted to take other people on the same journey and help them get there, help them get started, and help them reach their goals, because there's nothing like that feeling, after you hit your goal. So yeah, I started doing personal training and meal planning. I got certified, and to this day, I'm still doing that. I'm still working on that, and I've had multiple clients come and go, but really, that's where my passion lies. My passion for helping people and just kind of coaching people through things and helping them reach their goals, right? So that's my fitness company. And in November or December of last year, I also joined the social media marketing agency with Ty Lopez, right? And that was the first time I had ever heard of that. I spent all my money. I was supposed to go to college, right? I was supposed to go to University of Reno. That was my big goal. And when I realized that, I don't really like college, just the concept of college really isn't for me, because I don't need a degree, right? For personally, since I'm an entrepreneur and I will not do anything else besides that in my life, and I know that for a fact. I realized that going to college, spending all that money, thousands, tens of thousands, hundred thousands of dollars on an education, not even an education, on a degree, just wasn't something for me. So I invested that money instead into the social media marketing agency, which was one of the scariest moments of my life. It was like, $1,000, which to me at the time was a huge deal. It was the money I had saved up from working in construction. And I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just go for it. I took the chance. I didn't tell my parents at first. I told them the next day, and my dad tripped out. My dad was mad. My mom was a little more like, there's nothing we can do about it now, but they didn't really believe in the whole idea. And so, yeah, so I got started with that. For like a month or two, I was just like studying. I was cramming. I was learning as much as I could. I was blown away by Ty's program. I did not expect to get that much value out of it. And I immediately went out, started looking for clients. I failed miserably. I probably visited maybe 30 to 40 different businesses. Every single one either shut their door in my face, did not acknowledge me, or simply said no. I did have a couple chances to speak with the owners, and it never went well. It never went how I planned it. After that, I took some time off from following that, and I started just learning as much as I could. That's when I got into books. That's when I got into courses, Facebook groups, videos. Like, that's when I really got deep into Facebook and learning truly about social media, on social media, not just through the course by Ty, right? And I feel like that changed a lot for me. That's what gave me all my knowledge, and that is what gave me the confidence I have now to be able to talk to any business owner and tell them straight up exactly what they need, and they love that confidence. So that's something that I feel is like a key to really reaching the success that you want to reach, just having that confidence. Let me see what else is there. Right now, currently, I'm working on building my brand as Michael Million, and that is one of the big projects I'm taking on right now. Just through Facebook mostly, using Instagram, everything, So I'm building my brand right now, not necessarily around social media marketing, though that is one of the things I talk about, is just entrepreneurship in general.
And you do 7-day-a-week shows, right?
Not 7 days a week. I do. I have a couple different ones. I'm still structuring it all. Like, I have Marketing Monday. I have on Tuesday. I have Embrace the Chase. Sorry. I have Heart and Hustle Live with Diego Jaime. Wednesday, I think I do. I have to check actually. I don't remember the name of it. Network to a Million. Thursday, I have like different shows throughout the week. It's not 7 days a week. I think I have like 4 or 5 throughout the week that I do. And I really just come on live on Facebook Live, and I just teach. I just show what I do or show what I know.
I love it, man. I mean, and guys, for those of you that are watching that have no idea who Michael is, the links are not there right now, but as soon as this live video is over, I'm going to link them down below. Go check his page out. He has great content, and I don't say that about a lot of people because sometimes people, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're just like fiddling their phone around. The audio and the video, everything just is terrible. Not only is his stuff clean, but he knows what he's talking about. And you can tell he just speaks from his heart and just passion just oozes out. So there has not been one time where I've been watching you that I did not learn something. So I really appreciate that, man. But let's go on ahead and switch over to the second bucket of obviously these interviews. And that's, what are your goals going into the 2018, into the future? What's up with that?
Oh man, I love talking about goals, right? I love talking about goals. So my main goal, right? I'll tell you my main goal, my main overall goal, like my life goal, and kind of how I'm breaking that down, right? So my main goal in life right now is I want to teach passion to people, right? I'm very passionate about passion, and I love saying that. I always say, like almost on every live stream, I'm very passionate about being passionate. And what that means is ever since a kid, I've always been very passionate, and I've always had these mentors that kind of taught me through what I love to do, right? Whether it was fitness, whether it was skateboarding, which was a big part of my life that I forgot to talk about, but whether it was fitness, skateboarding, whether it was entrepreneurship, branding, whatever it is, I've always had these mentors that I've looked up to that really like fire me up, that make me like really just want to succeed and want to push through any challenges, right? And I've always felt like that's who I want to be. I want to be the person who inspires other people. I want to be the person who motivates other people to do what they love, right? Because that's what I believe is the true meaning of life, right? A lot of people ask, what's the meaning of life? That's what I think it is. It's your passion. That's the reason you feel the way you feel, because when you're passionate about something, it just feels right, So I just want to help as many people as possible find their passion and find a way to follow their passion realistically, so monetize it, or even if they don't care about the money, just find a way to make an impact through that passion so that it's like, it's something that they don't find as a burden, because there's a lot of people that don't follow their passion or their hobby because they have work, they have kids, they have this, they have that. So really, when you give it some value, when it brings value into your life, that's when people start giving it a little more priority. So that's my big life goal, right? I want to reach as many people as humanly possible to teach them about, about their passion and allow them to, or help them pursue that. To break that down, I think one of the most important things for me is to build my brand, to build my name, to get myself out there. And that's what I'm currently working on. I'm doing these live videos almost every day. I'm connecting with as many people as possible, building my network. And that's something I'm going to be taking into 2018 and really just kind of blowing up. I really just want to focus on that hardcore and really just work on getting my name out there. And I would love to be speaking at some point at events. But that's not necessarily like my big picture, but that's something I would love to do on the way there. So 2018, I just really want to work on my brand. It's also on my social media marketing agency, of course, my digital marketing agency, grow that, really, so that, that's kind of like my backbone, like my secure income type of thing. So, yeah, for 2018, also, I'm also working on a system right now, right? I don't want to give too much out yet, but I've had this great idea a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to find a way to systemize it so that I can like bring it out to everybody and kind of I'm gonna try it out a little bit, play with it a little bit first.
Do you have a sneak peek?
What can I say about it? I don't want to give too much away, but it'll be a way to it's a system specifically for digital marketers. Actually, not even for digital marketers, just business owners in general to generate leads. It'll be a system for generating leads, pretty much, through certain different techniques, but it's something that I'm working on. It. I don't want to get too much yet because a lot might change, and it's just something that I really just want to present, when it's all together, when it's completed. But yeah, those are my goals for 2018.
That's great. I love how you kind of talk about your passion as passion, because that's kind of very similar to what we're doing with Next Wave Entrepreneurs, which is basically, I went to Thrive, and I know you said you want to go to Thrive next year. Seriously, don't miss it, dude. It's going to be amazing. But they talked about at Thrive, Cole Hatter's conference, that you make your money matter. And I thought that was really cool, basically a for-purpose business model where you find a way to make money doing what you are good at, and then you take that money and put it for a good purpose. Excuse me. But I kind of like twisting that around a little bit, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what you just said. And we don't always have to necessarily do that with just our money. We can do that with our time, our resources, our skills, and like you said, your passion. So honestly, man, I think your mission is highly needed in the world right now. And that's only because I feel like a lot of our culture and just the generation is focused only on making money and just getting education for the sake of getting a degree. And a lot of that other stuff's being left to the wayside. Well, what if somebody's passionate about drawing and art? There's ways that they can add passion to the world. So I love that that's your mission and your goal, man, and excited to see how we can help.
I've had a lot of conversations with friends, right? Because this is something I love talking about. I can go on for days about passion, right? So I've had a lot of conversations with friends about, what their passion is, or like what they love to do, and like really the road that they're taking. And it's so mind-blowing to me to see so many of my friends who are so great at things. They're honestly talented. They're gifted in what they do, and they still don't pursue it. Like, they don't understand that it's really possible. They think it's like that one small percentage of the world that can actually do that. But the thing is, it's that one small percentage of the world that actually went through with the actions, that went through with the day-to-day practice and making those moves. You know what I mean? So that's what I really try to get across to people, especially my friends who, a lot of the times people do things to please their parents or please the people around them. And that's not what you should be doing. You should be focusing on what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, if you're doing what you love and you become great at it, that's when you're going to see the most success. And really, like, that's how you're going to impact the world, right? When you're successful, when you have the resource, when you have the money, when you have the connections, that's when you can impact the world and impact the people that you love. So that's the point I try to get across to those people. There's a lot of people that go to college just to please their parents, and I'm 19, right? So I'm surrounded by people that are at that point in their life where they're kind of like, what do I want to do in life? Do I want to go to college? Do I want to go into this career? Do I want to, follow my passion? Whatever. That's kind of like that's where the road. That's the fork in the road. So,
dude, I love it, man. I didn't realize
like
you were 19.
Perfect time. Yeah, I'm young, man.
That's crazy, dude. That's wild. Dude, you've got so much time. Like, I'm a freaking dinosaur over here. I'm 26. That's crazy, man. I love it. I love it. But hey, man, I'm gonna let you wrap us up with the last thing that we're gonna focus on. And you've already talked about passion. If you want to go back on that, that's cool. I'd love to hear about it. But other than that, what's something that's on your heart right now or on your mind about you that you want people to know about you, or a specific cause in the world?
One of the things I'm extremely passionate about, and I want to make a change in this world, is how do I say it? Really, it's the environment, right? I am so okay. Sorry, I'm like getting distracted. I'm really I see the way that we're going with the planet, and we're going straight into destruction. And I feel like, what do we have if we don't have Earth? If we don't have our health, if we don't have the animals around us and the food we eat, what do we have? Money, cars, nothing else matters. We don't matter if this Earth isn't healthy. And one of my big goals also in life is to help change that, to do whatever I can to use my resource in order to make that change. And I've always said that I'm not gonna leave my family with me after I'm dead. If I make millions of dollars, then I want my kids to I don't want my kids to be spoiled and like grow up with all that money. I'd rather them have to work for it themselves, just like I did. I think it shows like this kind of discipline, And so really, I want to donate. When I die, I want to donate all my money. And really, it's like I think that money would be better used by an organization or something like that than it would be by my kids buying crazy toys and cars and things like that. So obviously family is very important to me, and that's something that I'm gonna take care of. But when it comes to money, it's like it's a different story. Besides that, really, what's on my mind right now today is just building my audience, man. Just trying to reach as many people as I can, just so that I can, in the future, when I have a larger audience, be able to really change some lives and impact some lives. So right now, I know I'm at the starting point still, kind of, and I'm barely building my audience and my following and all that stuff. But it's something that I'm enjoying on the way, And I'm putting out a lot of content. I'm putting out a lot of value and helping as many people as I can, networking with as many people as I can, and that's what my life is currently consumed with, just making those efforts. But,
I love it, man, dude. You're already impacting lives, so don't think that it's some super far off thing, man. You're doing it right now. You're showing up every single day. You're being consistent, and it's awesome. It's awesome watching you and your brand explode, because I know not even a year from now, you're going to be a serious player in this market, man, and you are going to be speaking on stage. I was talking to Marshall the other night before we wrap this up. Marshall made a good point to me. He said, "Why are you waiting for people to come to you to speak on stage? Why don't you get on LinkedIn and search people that are event coordinators, reach out to them and say, hey, I'm a public speaker. This is what my topic is. So for you, passion and why people need to pursue their passions, let me know if you'd like me to come speak." And you'll start speaking like tomorrow. So that's my homework assignment, man. So I expect you to do the same thing, because I want you to be a speaker out here at our event next year, brother.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. Guys, check the links down below. I'm going to add them right now. Check out Michael Million's page. He's got content 5 days a week. It is fire. And then go check out his personal page as well. But, Michael, really appreciate you being on. Is there a way we can
check out the comments? I saw that we had a couple comments, and I wanted to get back to them real quick.
Were you talking about Alexander Castillo's comment?
Yeah, I can't see the...
So his is, I agree, sometimes things we do aren't seen as proper in society, but later on makes a huge impact to others. People thought Einstein was crazy at first, but now he's kind of known to have changed the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Alex, he's a friend of mine. He's real cool dude. I'm so excited for it. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. Hey, Darlene is killing it out there too, man. Her videos are insane. I love it. She's a real
killing inspiration. You got Paulson, Thomas that said hey. Obviously your man Diego.
Man, I saw Diego in here. Yeah.
I love it. But guys, we really appreciate you being on, watching live. If you have any questions, reach out to Michael directly. Again, Michael, appreciate you being on. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya. Thank you guys.